Why would anybody want to fight over this ice-covered area of the planet which spends half the year under the cover of darkness? We all know about global warming and what it causes.
Sea levels are rising more rapidly than previously thought.
As global warming heats up our planet and the ice begins to melt, new pathways open up which were before inaccessible, thus creating faster ways around the planet for trade, through the Arctic Ocean and linking the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean together. Why is this area so important? Who will gain the most from it, and how will it affect our planet? This is the new Cold War. The Arctic regions include Canada, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Russia, Greenland, and the United States of America. But the effects of the ice melting won't just be felt in these countries. It will be felt as far away as Bangladesh as the sea levels rise. This is why rising sea levels are not a regional issue, they are a global issue. As the ice melts, residue from industrial works will land on snow and ice, thus reducing the amount of heat reflection territory. This is known as the albedo effect. The melting ice caps currently allow ships to pass through about a couple of weeks during the summer periods in the Canadian Northwest Passage, and this cuts off about a week's journey from the Atlantic to China. The polar route is 40% shorter than going through the Panama Canal, thus reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 1,300 metric tons and allowing it to carry more cargo through the deeper waters. By 2040, the route is expected to be open for at least 2 months a year, thus having serious knock-on effects in Panama and the Suez Canal. The North Sea route, which hugs the Siberian coast, will also be open for a few weeks of the year. With the melting ice reveals more open water and other riches to be found, such as natural gas and oil reserves. In 2008, the United States Geological Survey estimated there'll be 1,670 trillion cubic meters of natural gas, 44 billion barrels of natural gas liquids, and 90 billion barrels of oil reserves, as well as reserves of gold, zinc, nickel and iron. Countries and companies are readying themselves for this gold rush in these harsh climates, where the ocean waves reach 16 feet in height, the ice freezes to a 6-inch depth, and where the nights are endless. Each Arctic nation can claim whatever they want within its own EEZ. However, non-Arctic countries are trying to get in on the action by claiming the Arctic is a common heritage of mankind. The Russians claim that the Lomonosov Ridge, which runs off its Siberian coast, is part of the Siberian continental shelf. If so, this means they can lay claim to that area within their EEZ. However, this ridge runs all the way to the North Pole. The Russians and the Norwegians have a dispute over the Svalbard Islands. These islands are the northernmost point with a settled population. International organizations recognize these islands under the Norwegian sovereignty. However, these islands, or the biggest one, the Spitsbergen Island, has a massive increase of Russian migrants due to the coal mining industry there. This helps Moscow's claim of the territory, and it could have a future conflict with NATO in the area. In 2019, the Norwegians encountered a beluga whale off its shores. They claimed this beluga whale to be a Russian spy, as it had a GoPro strapped on it, and the strap said, "Property of St. Petersburg." Russia is building an Arctic army to combat its economic hold over the region and lay claim to all of its natural resources. US Coast Guard Captain Melissa Burt said that they have cities in the Arctic and we only have villages. It can take $1 billion and up to 10 years to create an icebreaker. Russia has 44 of them. The United States only currently has one fully operational one. The US Coast Guard estimates that by the year 2030 it will need 6 heavy-duty icebreakers, but currently only one has been put into production. The Bering Sea, the Arctic Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean are all contested areas between the United States and the Russians. In 1990, a maritime boundary agreement was set up between the United States and what was then the Soviet Union, where Moscow ceded a fishing region. However, since the breakup of the Soviet Union, Russian parliament refuses to ratify the agreement. The area is deemed to be under the United States' control, but Russia reserves the right to return to the issue. There are going to be a lot more ships, oil rigs, and gas platforms in the high north. The Arctic states know it's a tough neighborhood, and that's not because of warring factions, but because of its geography. There are 5.5 million square miles in the Arctic Ocean, and it can be a dark, deadly, and dangerous place to be, especially if you don't have any friends there to back you up. They know for anybody to succeed in the region, they need to cooperate on topics such as fishing stocks, terrorism, search and rescue, and environmental disasters. As more commercial and cruise vessels travel up to the Arctic, the area's anti-terrorism and search and rescue capabilities must grow, as will their capacity to react to an environmental disaster in increasingly crowded waters. Maybe the Arctic will turn out to be another battleground for nation states, but hopefully, due to its geography and the conditions up there, they will all learn to work together. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Please let me know what you thought about it, and if you have any input or suggestions about it. If you like the topic, there's more of where that came from in this book here. It's called Prisoners of Geography. And a lot of the inspiration for this video I've got in the last chapter on the Arctic. But this book doesn't just cover the Arctic, it covers all regions of the world. So if you like geopolitics, I will leave it in the link below. But until the next one, see ya.